morning. I'm Ghostio, and today we're going to be discussing how to make your YouTube channel more aesthetic. Personally, I am very into aesthetics and have been since I was like a middle school Tumblr kid that listened to way too much of the neighborhood and was just really sad and posted stuff like this. But we're not talking about that. We're going to talk about trendy aesthetics that will match your vibe. I hate the word vibe, but that's really what we're doing here. I actually made this very pretty outline, if I don't say myself, on Canva that you can just click the link down below to see if you want to. It's very brief, but it has all the information kind of that we're going to be talking about. And so today I'm not going to be talking about the actual video itself because as you can probably tell, I'm working on it. I want to experiment more with making my videos and stuff more aesthetic and try some other stuff and go through trial and error instead of just discussing what I think will make the videos more aesthetic. So that'll be a second video in quite a while. But today we're gonna go with the overall aesthetic. Not taking a second take even though I messed up quite a bit because this, let's just say it wouldn't actually be a second take. There's been some takes. So I don't know about you, but I only watch a couple of my favorite YouTubers in their little niches, and I'll only watch a new YouTuber if the video seems like it'd be fun to watch, obviously, and if the title is kind of straight to the point, if there's a bunch of words clashed together in the title, probably won't click it. But most importantly, if I like the thumbnail, which is very weird, but I feel like that's a common occurrence. Thumbnails are important. They say not to judge a book by its cover, but I judge books by their cover. So the first obvious thing is, what is your overall aesthetic? You can figure this out with Pinterest, Instagram collections, TikTok collections, We Heart It, maybe Tumblr if you're a grandma like me. I actually made this pretty little mood board specifically for this video so that you can kind of get everything of my general aesthetic. And also, personally, music kind of conveys different feelings and clothes and colors and all of that scenarios and all of that for me, so I include a playlist. But if you're not like that, you really don't have to. You probably can't include most of the music you listen to anyways because they're probably copyrighted, but for me it's more than a sound, it's a feeling. That was so stupid. So once you've got your aesthetic down, you need to allow change. Back in 2018, I made all my thumbnails like this, and my profile picture was this, my banner was this, and I no longer do that anymore. And that's okay. I was 16, I'm 20 now, there's gonna be change. So allow there to be change. Obviously you want an overall cohesive aesthetic, but it's okay if it changes. Honestly, don't limit yourself, but I would pick a color palette, color scheme. This is my current color scheme if you're interested. And also look at your favorite YouTubers. I will just include a bunch of YouTube channels that I really like and think are aesthetic. Cool. Now let's look at my thumbnails. I'm kind of changing my aesthetic to be less cutesy and more of my mood board. But you can see that I've definitely taken some slight inspiration, but I'm by no means copying any of them. And I think that's the best way to go. Look at some inspiration, but don't copy. For example, I have a Pinterest board full of my favorite thumbnails, and I use them for inspiration, but none of my actual thumbnails are copies of any of these. And that's because there are certain things I like about these thumbnails and certain things that I don't like about these thumbnails. And you've honestly just gotta discover this by just being a nitpicker. Don't comment, I don't like this about your thumbnail, because that's kind of rude and you have different styles than other people. But just look at thumbnails and be like, I don't like that. That's too white. That doesn't have enough white. That's too bright, too dark. Voila. Also, do not forget your video description and your about me, which we're gonna do together. So what you can do, first of all, is just look up about me template, copy and paste. Amino has a lot of stuff to just copy and paste. Well, I'm going to change my about me. So if we look at our channel, I have this. I'm gonna change my profile picture in this video too. So let's press customize channel, and this will just take you to customize your channel. Let's go basic info. For right now I have, hi friends, I make lifestyle, beauty, aesthetic, fashion, and talking videos. Haha. It's straight to the point. Honestly, if you just have no description, it would probably be better than that. But I'm going to copy and paste this. It says gothic academia, but make it cutesy. That describes me perfectly. If I was making a description for my friend Froggy, who makes cute little songs, like music, that would be weird, especially because that's not his aesthetic. And it says she, they, pronouns, Wisconsin, where I'm based. Don't need where you're based, I just like to include it so people stop thinking I'm Canadian. The name's Rhea, but you can call me Ghost. People like to know your name. And then I just have this aesthetic little banner that I stole from Amino. There we go. Pretty straight to the point. People don't really look at descriptions that much. I do, but a lot of people don't. So I think you just need like what you think about, what you want people to know about you, and put it on there. If you want to go above and beyond and put everything about you and your channel and the types of videos you make, you can definitely do that. I, however, just don't want to. But basically, yes. And also obviously have your little links and stuff. And yeah, publish. Next is your videos. Go to settings, upload defaults. This is great for if you're uploading on your computer. If you're uploading on your phone, not so great, but you can still do that if you want. You could honestly just put this in like your notes app and then copy and paste every time you upload on your phone. For your computer, I would do this. I never do default titles personally. I have my little thing that I have here, and honestly, I have a lot of stuff here. That's because I personally feel like more people are going to look at your video description and then your channel description, especially because a lot more people are going to watch your videos. A lot less people are actually going to check out your channel. But people will still check out your channel. Don't get me wrong, that's still important. So what we've got is, more little cutesy stuff. I copy and pasted from Amino. I literally just went aesthetic emojis, copy and paste, and got those. So here I have a brief description video. I'm gonna include my actual description of the video. I used to just put links in all my links. That's kind of not great. And then I have thanks so much for watching, cutie. Flatter them into liking you. Then social media, I have actual links. I used to just put my username, but people don't want to type up username. They want to actually click on it. And if they are going to type it up instead of just clicking on it, your username's in the URL anyway, so that works. Then for this, I have the editor that I use. Intro music, outro music. Standard stuff. I could put my camera, but no one's actually asked what camera I use, except for like a couple of my close friends that will actually DM me, so I don't feel the need. I have a quick FAQ, which is facts and questions. Frequently asked questions, what? I have the hair dye I use, where most of my makeup is from. I don't remember where my tapestry is from, and that we did not meet on a dating website actually, and that person that thinks that they did was catfish. Now, these are very specific to me. You probably don't need to include most or if any of that. It depends on you. If you never ever get comments or questions, you can put interesting facts or just nothing at all. And the last thing that we're going to do before I go back to full screen is playlists. So here I have my faves and stuff like that. But you see, I don't actually like it. So let's go in and actually look at what playlists I want to use. Now, you do not need to have this many playlists. I honestly just really enjoy these playlists. I also have my content put into seasons because I've been on YouTube for so long and I've gone through my little kid years to my teen years to my adult years. So I have different like phases that I put into seasons. Absolutely do not have to do that like at all. I just like it. So here we have uploads. I like to include uploads right away. I also like to put my um most recent video on the top. If you have like a favorite video or like an introductory video, if you want, you can do that. Honestly, I just personally prefer putting my most recent upload, especially because my most recent upload is almost always my favorite upload until I upload again. Next, I want to do my favorites. Now, as you can see, I have my faves ghostio. That is great for search engine optimization. However, I personally don't really like it. So I'm going to put all spaced out like that. Is it great for when you're looking up ghostio? No, it's probably not going to come up, but it might, but it also might not. But I think it looks better. And that's really what you gotta think about. Do you want something that'll work the best or look better or meet somewhere in the middle? I'm going to meet somewhere in the middle and be like, input ghostio's favorite uploads. It has ghostio in it, so it'll help. It won't be perfect, but it'll definitely help. Next, I want to put my popular videos. Um, I don't have this. Some people have it popular videos and then their most recent uploads. Again, I've been on YouTube for so long that a lot of my popular videos are not that good. So I don't really want that to be the first thing you see, but I do have that on there. Next, I'm going to get rid of the current season because that's literally just my recent upload, so it doesn't really make sense. And I am going to have my friends on here. I currently have it saved as most popular to least popular, but I don't actually like the most popular videos. So we're going to go playlist settings, add new videos to top of playlists. And now my newest videos will be first instead of ones that I made when I was 12, which is great. Alright, just really quick, when it comes to fonts, you can go onto dafont.com and find a ton of fonts. I will link a ton of tutorials because it's a little complicated and not the focus of this video, because you can find fonts that are nice on like any other editing website that you're on, but I personally like Dafont, especially when using websites that have options, but not the options I really want. Right, now next section of the video is profile picture. Personally, I think that your face will be best in most cases. If you are someone that only makes Trent Reznor fan edits and have never shown your face on your channel, it might make more sense to have a Trent Reznor profile picture. But I'm assuming that if you clicked on this video, you're probably not in the fan edit part of YouTube because there are a lot of different videos on how to make your fan edit accounts more aesthetic, and this is more like a if you're talking to a camera type of ordeal. Your profile picture should probably be your face. I'm gonna use myself as an example personally. Here's some photos of me that I think would make a pretty good profile picture. Here are some examples that are acceptable but not the best, but if you don't have access to like a clear background or whatever, they would work. Here are some that I just don't think would work. Now, one of my favorite YouTube accounts, Heather Moros? I don't know what her last name is. Her profile picture is of a cat, and she makes makeup videos, not cat videos, but it still works with her. I wouldn't choose it, but I think it still works pretty well with her. I think she's good with that. Your profile picture should definitely be high quality, clear, and you can tell what's what. Now, my profile picture right now is this, and it's fine, but I honestly don't think it works very well, especially with the new aesthetic change. So let's go into back to screen recording to show you personally how to change your own profile picture if you don't know how. It's real easy. Here we are, back to our customized channel. Now let's click branding, change. Once you've picked your photo, you're gonna have to crop it a bit. And good. I like how it's white background with my white top and the overall aesthetic is good. I took the picture with my professional camera. but you do not have to do that. Your back camera on your phone is probably really good. And then I edited the photo using Prequel, which is just an app on your phone that you can get. And yeah, I really like it. So now let's refresh. Remember what it looked like before and now after. Personally, I think it looks a lot better. Oh, I never changed. Uh, oh no! Okay, that's fine. I'll fix that later. Pretend you don't see it. Alright, so that's really all I have to say about profile pictures. Again, here are actually examples of profile pictures I like from YouTubers that I watch. These are their current profile pictures. They work really well for them, their aesthetic, and what they do online. Next is banner. So as you can remember, I use a white banner with just some bats. It says ghostio, makes videos occasionally, I think. And it works really well for me. For you, that might not work out at all. You can honestly go on Pinterest and look up YouTube banner or Google search or whatever. Please make sure it's high quality, not grainy, and that it's clear. You can tell what it is. It's not like a super close up of something to where it crops out weird. Personally, I would use Canva to edit your YouTube banner. They even have like templates. Some of them you do have to pay for, but honestly, they have so many free ones. I honestly wouldn't even bother with that. Here are some examples that I found and or made if I am lazy, but I'm pretty sure I just found. Make sure again it goes with your color palettes and your overall aesthetic. And also you can include what types of videos you make. Personally, I don't because I make aesthetic, style, fashion, lifestyle, and just overall like alternative whatever like makeup and stuff. It's honestly just like Ria's Hobbies channel, which like it's just a lot to put. If you only make commentary videos about ballet, then that is like literally the best thing you can put in your thing. Username, commentary videos about ballet. And you can also put when you upload videos. I don't have a set schedule, so I personally don't. Please keep it simple. If you have a collage, that can work, especially if your aesthetic is very chaotic. Then like, yeah, go for it. You make chaotic Animal Crossing videos where your editing is just so intense and constant, and there's bright lights and everything's bright and fast paced, and there's lots of humor, then yeah, having something like this as your banner would make a lot of sense. But if you make peaceful Animal Crossing content that's very calming and aesthetically pleasing and nice, then this one might make more sense. But again, it's up to you and your aesthetic. Keep it simple, make it cohesive, but don't limit yourself. Next section is your thumbnails. Dear God, edit your thumbnails. Please, even if your thumbnail is literally just you taking a screenshot and that's it, and maybe like putting a filter on it to make you seem more bright or something. Personally, I wouldn't go too crazy with the filters. I would just like maybe enhance it a little bit, especially if it's like fairy moss makeup tutorial. You might want to take your photo up like this and make it look like this. But don't go overboard. Don't make, if your video is really dark and your thumbnail is really bright, I would edit your video to make it not as dark if you can without it getting really grainy. Otherwise, people are gonna click on it and be like, this is a completely different video. Especially if it's like a sit down talky video. I would not make my thumbnail look like this for this video. That wouldn't make sense. But I might make it look like this. Here is me really quick using a camera called Line Cam, I think, to edit one of my thumbnails that is really old that I don't have a good picture for the actual thumbnail, so I'm just using what I have. It's not the best, but it matches at least with my other thumbnails, and it's better basically. I do plan on eventually making an in-depth video on thumbnails, but basically what you gotta know is edit your thumbnails, keep them different so they're not all the same, but yet cohesive still, same aesthetics, same color palettes. You can use Canva, PixArt, LineCam, Prequel. Prequel has a little, you'll crop, and then they have an option to press YouTube thumbnail. Um, Prequel does not. Here are the dimensions of a YouTube thumbnail. You can also use Fonto, where you can add fonts to your thumbnail. Remember that your thumbnail is going to be really small. So small fonts probably aren't the best idea. You're probably going to want something very clear. And where you are the center and you're bigger than the rest of your background. My background actually is not great. I'm just working with what I've got while I'm trying to figure out what I want to do background wise. But I'm still the focus, so it's okay. Especially because I'm probably going to add more things to cover up the background. Because this is a tutorial, you're probably going to want to see, you know, something that makes my YouTube channel more aesthetic, right? Look for inspo. I have a Pinterest board full of YouTube thumbnails. You don't even have to look at YouTube thumbnails. You can just look at photos in general. For example, here's a Pinterest board I have for YouTube thumbnail ideas that aren't even YouTube thumbnails. Crazy. Try new things. Be experimental. If you don't like it, you don't have to use it. You can, I honestly edit like 5 different thumbnails for each video and pick which one I like the best, which really works for me because it's so much fun to me. But if you don't like editing thumbnails, that might not be the best idea, but it could, yeah, it works. It helps a lot. Yeah, also, again, look at what other people are doing. Wouldn't copy, but you know, your just your face is great for makeup tutorials. A collage that people do is great if you are making like a vlog or a routine or a lookbook, you know, somewhere where you're going around. I personally would not really make a collage of me and then like the sunset and then like a dog if it's a tutorial on how to make YouTube videos. You know, I'm going to include me, something aesthetic that has to do with my YouTube channel to prove that I know what I'm doing, and maybe a cute little design. That's it. And yeah, honestly, gonna close this up. That is it for today. Again, I will eventually be doing a more in-depth video on how to make your videos and like an intro and outro that's aesthetic. But for now, this is everything you basically need other than the actual video. General video advice obviously is make it clear, not grainy, and high quality. My videos are too high quality, so YouTube compresses it to shit and it's like kind of grainy. The audio is kind of wacky, and I'm trying to figure that out, which is again why I'm not making the in-depth video yet. But eventually I will, I swear to God. I swear to God. Subscribe for more. My next video is gonna be like style related. So, and my last video was a makeup video. I don't only make fashion content, but I occasionally do, so if that's what you're into, girl, me too, let's hang out. Anyways, that's all. Bye!